I'm Xenochrome for the Surfcasters Journal magazine. I'm sure many of you are frustrated when you buy a pair of corkers or other shoes and you go fish on rocks and you know you need them for your safety to be able to get a better grip on a rock while you fish. And then at the end of the night, not knowing why you're slipping so much, you take your shoes off, you look on the bottom and half of the studs are gone, and you know, now you have to go through the whole headache of trying to replace them and, you know, worrying about if they're going to slip out again, putting a Loctite on it, all this kind of stuff. We have heard about a lot of products that people use to either change their existing corker studs or to add to them. I have a shoe here by Corker that I've been using for, it's this one, for better illustration, past few years. These are chrome boots. I don't even know if they are in production anymore. And as you can see, all the studs are still there. I never tightened them as they were when I bought them, but I added one screw in the heel and the back so I don't lose the sole. God forbid, I'm in the middle of a rock and things slips out. I know they're not supposed to, but you never know. On the other hand, in my other boot, I lost about 5 of them up on the front, and my buddy told me about using this product called grip studs. Now, we have written the review for the grip stud by Dave Anderson, our managing editor, wrote it for issue number 20, I believe, last year. He loved them. I never tried them, so I don't really talk about stuff that I don't really try. It was his thing, so, you know, and I trust Dave's judgment. But I got some grip studs this year in May, and what I did is, instead of putting them on both soles, I left one corker with the original screws since it had all of them, and the other one I just added grip studs where the corker studs were missing. So I left the existing corker studs and just added grip studs in the front. So I want to see the difference between the two soles and how long do they last. What I did is, because there's a plastic underneath this sole. Now you don't have to do this if you use Sims boot or some kind of boots where it has a softer or felt bottom. But this corker insert has a plastic in the back of it. So I was drilling a pilot hole with like a 1/4 inch bit and then using a driver that comes with a driver tool that comes with the pack. If you buy it in a 50 pack, you get this little tool, and obviously you can put this in a drill bit and you screw this in. Like I said, you take this out and just put it in your drill, and you can use it that way. But anyway, I wanted to see what the difference is going to be after about a month of use. Okay, I put them a week before I went to Curryhunk in May. Started fishing about 3rd week in May in the local jetties, and today is the July 11th. So I've been using these for about a month and a half. Now I have to tell you that I fish jetties 99% of the time this year. I only been on sand once in June, and mainly in Jones Inlet and Fire Island Inlet. Jumped all over the rocks, Mauritius Inlet till it was closed. So I put a lot of use in these shoes, a lot. And I was actually surprised how much time I spent on a jetty, but because of my tendinitis and not being able to really throw lures, I stayed with bucktails the whole June, and which made it easier in my elbow, and but that made me have to kind of fish in certain places where I not necessarily wanted to be, but it kind of worked out for testing purposes. Okay, so I used it for about a month and a half. Corker's boot hasn't lost a single stud, but I never lost a stud on this side either. The left foot is the one that I added the grip stud. Now, I haven't lost a single one. Not one came out, not one is bent. It's remarkable the gripping you will get when you put these in. Corkers are good, they're tough on the dry rocks. Most of the stuff is tough on the dry rocks. Obviously, corker studs or all the other studs work better on the wet rocks. When you walk over the dry jetty, you really got to be careful because you're going to end up flying. With these grip studs, they literally grip your foot. You feel like almost a Spider-Man when you're suctioning onto the rock. It is probably the best product of this type that I have ever seen and that I have ever got a chance to use. I am very impressed. I spoke to my friends about it afterwards. I know they've been using them for a few years, but I really didn't want to get an opinion until I get to try them myself. And they showed me theirs. Soles, they have grip studs for 2-3 years and haven't lost a single one. Obviously, the trick here will be that you order the studs in a size to fit your shoe, your sole, and the length of the protrusion that you want. I tried them with washers and without washers just to see the difference, what would be if I use the washer or not, if they maybe bend without a washer. They don't, which I was very impressed with. The way they design, obviously, this works very deep into the sole and it stays put. These are number 1800. I know they make a small one, 1500. And there's also, they have a bunch of sizes. They have them for motorcycles, they have them for snowmobiling, I guess snowboard. I don't know exactly which, for all the other things that they make them, but they make them for a lot of different sports. But they do have a section on their website for surf casting, and these are the 1800s that I ordered. My buddy actually had a smaller one. I believe he had the 15 or 1300 that he uses, and he likes those. I have never been more confident on the rocks that I have once I added these grip studs. And what I'm going to do is I am going to drill these shoes and add the rest of the box here that I was saving it after the testing, and I'm going to put it whatever my corker studs are not, and even where they were in between, I'm going to put these, because I'm confident these things are going to last for years. And the best part is, from what I was told, a lot of my friends would back these out of the shoe when they would throw the shoe away and then reuse them in another pair of shoes. They are pricey, probably somewhere around $1 a piece if you buy a package of 50 or somewhere around there. I'm not exactly certain, but if that's what you can do, if you can literally save them from one shoe to the other, it's a product you should definitely check it out. Next time you're either frustrated or you're thinking about upgrading to something with more stickiness for your shoes for wading on the rocks and the jetties.